travelers to Japan, get ready to unlock a world of adventure. Now this video will equip you with essential Japanese phrases for beginners and intermediate learners because you won't be able to rely solely on translation apps. Plus, get free downloadable PDFs for flashcards and an Anki deck to master these phrases quickly and easily. I'm Jeff Tinagan and I've been living in Japan for 6 years, exploring its culture, travel spots, and daily life. I'm here to share insider tips and latest updates to make your trip unforgettable. So let's go with the essentials from 1 to 10 first. But if you're not a beginner, you can skip this and you can start with the number 11 phrase. Now let's start here, the essentials first. So feel free to skip this if you know these 10. Sumimasen. It actually means excuse me or I'm sorry. Now the usage would be a very versatile phrase used for apologizing, getting someone's attention, or politely interrupting. Arigatou gozaimasu. So arigato. Yeah, if you don't want to be polite, is thank you very much or thank you. The most common and polite way to express gratitude. And of course, hi. It means yes. But you don't want to say hi always. It would sound dumb doing it. Now, it can also be used as I understand or I'm listening. Iya is no, and onegaishimasu means please, more polite than kudasai, and often used when requesting something or asking for a favor. So that's my favorite, onegaishimasu. Next, the kudasai, which is mentioned already, like it's please, but it's a little bit casual. So used when ordering food or asking for something directly. Next would be wakarimasen. Wakarimasen means I don't understand. So it's very important if you are asked to speak Japanese or they are speaking Japanese to you and you don't understand, you say wakarimasen. Next, number 8 would be gomenasai. It also means I'm sorry, but it's more casual than sumimasen. Konnichiwa, which means hello during the day. Sayonara and matane are for goodbyes, but they don't normally say sayonara here. But I'll explain that in the next videos. The bonus part for the essentials, we have the itadakimasu before meals, and after meals would be gochisousama deshita. This is said after finishing the meal. And of course, oishi. Oishi. When you're asked like, how's the food? We say oishi, means delicious or yummy. Now, just a disclaimer, these phrases are not really for people who are studying N5, N4, or the JLPT N321, because this is not really the track that you'll be doing for this travel. So this is more on to the people that just want some of the phrases you can use in Japan very well. While in Japan doesn't have like formal education or formal study of the language, just phrases, you know, just simple phrases that you can use. So don't expect much on this list, but for beginners and intermediate, you can really benefit from this. Now, in my third year in Japan, I was really wondering what was this phrase that they always say to me. So they use this nanmei desu ka? Mei desu ka? And so I was studying Japanese and actually, person is actually nanni, how many people. But because they use this kind of level of politeness, they use nanmei desu ka? That's why I'm sharing this to you, because when they use this, it's just too fast. And when they ask nanmei desu ka, it just means how many. So nanmei, and this guy's like the question thing right there. So question markers, just use nanmei and listen closer to it, and it's just how many people. So you just maybe use your hand fingers and you have like 2 or 3 or 4, and you can now answer that. So mostly this will be a restaurant. Next one will be osusume. Osusume wa nan desu ka? That's like something that what is, and then osusume is recommendation. So this is very useful when you don't know what to order. So you just say like, what's the best seller or what do you recommend? In this way, you can get the chefs or waiters top picks. Next, number 13, you already know about kudasai, the essentials 1 to 10. So you say omizu o kudasai. Omizu o kudasai. Or mizu o kudasai is okay. Mizu means water. Kudasai is a please there. So anything that you would be needing, you can use it with a kudasai. So please give me water, but tap water is usually free here. Next would be allergy, because maybe you have food restrictions. So you would use this kind of word. So arerugi. I don't know if I get the correct pronunciation there, but it's arerugi. So arerugi. So let's say allergen or allergy on milk. Let's say gyunyu. So you say, 私は牛乳アレルギーです. So you say that and can already maybe remove some of the parts if they if they can, but not always, not always. They must really order food that is, yeah, it's safer to do that. You can order other food that you're not allergic to. Number 15 is very useful. So you use the word arimasu ka. So this is very useful for do you have, or is something available here? So you use blank blah 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 arimasu ka. You say Wi-Fi arimasu ka? Do you have Wi-Fi? You can also say English menu arimasu ka? Do you have an English menu? Or you'll have vegetarian menu arimasu ka? Yeah, if you're a vegetarian, don't eat other food aside from vegetables. Now, another thing that I always experience, even though I was studying Japanese, how fast they would say this. And they would use this word, fukuro. And fukuro just means bag, plastic bag. So they would use fukuro wa arimasu ka? And this is a simple casual question in the convenience store. So sometimes they would use the honorific and the humble language. So it's quite difficult, but let me see if I have this one here. The casual one is fukuro wa arimasu ka, right? But they would also use this fukuro wo tsukaimasu ka. We use a plastic bag, or they would ask you fukuro wo goryo desu ka. Ryo means to utilize, and this is really being so polite. So goryo desu ka? And just remember fukuro. So fukuro means like a plastic bag or a vinyl plastic bag, or you don't want to waste, and also you need to pay for the plastic bag. So again, just remember fukuro. Number 17 would be cash. So cash is still king in Japan, but you would really say genkin de onegaishimasu. So just in case you're not paying in a self-paying machine, so use genkin de onegaishimasu. And if you're asking about like the card, credit card, they pronounce it a little bit different. They say kuregito. When you say kuregito, it's already like credit card. So credit card de onegaishimasu. So it means I would like to pay by credit card, please. Number 18 would be chotomate kudasai. So it just means please wait a moment. So sometimes you hear choto, and because of the level of politeness, sometimes you might hear the word shosho omachi kudasai. Number 19 would be combination of the essentials. You use sumimasen, wakarimasen. So this is a polite way of saying I'm sorry, I can't understand. You can also say nihongo ga wakarimasen. Nihongo ga wakarimasen. I don't speak Japanese. Last but not least, you can memorize this with the WH questions. First, we'll have what for nani, and where will be doko, and when is itsu, and who would be dare, and why, of course, it's naze. So you can really use this one, naze desu ka, doko desu ka, itsu desu ka. Let's try, for example, so you can say like this one, sumimasen, blank, blah, 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 wa doko desu ka? So you can say, toire wa doko desu ka? Toilet means toilet. You can also ask, for example, if you're looking for daiso, say, daiso wa doko desu ka? Don Quixote wa doko desu ka? So it's really, really helpful. Now, knowing where to find those essential places is key. So in my next video, I'll share the top souvenirs to buy in Japan, including where to find them. So perhaps at a nearby Don Quixote. Stay tuned. See you.